This video is brought to you by my friends at Thrive Fantasy, the daily fantasy sports app for player props. Use promo code TUGI when you sign up today, and you'll receive a 100% instant first deposit match up to $100, plus 2 free contest entries when you deposit at least $10. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store, the Play Store, or by visiting their website at www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today. All right. With the horrible AI out of the way, let's get this season going. Again, we will leave our team the same, just so we can get the best of both worlds. But our draft strategy, of course, is the Albertan WHL teams only, as we beat Edmonton 6-5. Lovely way to start the season, beating Edmonton 6-5 to start the year. Shootout loss to the Anaheim Ducks, and a bunch of injuries down in Stockton. Good Lord. Not a bad start to the season, though. Not a bad start. 2-0-1. Make that 2-1-1 because we got pooped on by Washington. And Noah Hannafin suffers a concussion. Jeez, we put the injuries down to 20, and they're still going that crazy, huh? Well, shout out to Michael Stone. New top line defender. Top pair. Bring it on. I know he also put the scoring up to high, but still, I didn't expect Cale Makar to end up with 4 assists in the opening game. Dan Vladar against New Jersey. Michael Stone gets hurt. All right, we're turning down the injuries. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think we ran 20 on the Pittsburgh series, didn't we? And we did not see injuries like this. Good Lord. Andy Walensky, come on down. You're the next contestant on Try Not to Get Hurt on this cursed defensive spot, because that's what it is. Absolutely cursed. We'll just go best lines in the AHL, and we'll probably do that for the rest of the season. So we do get a win. It's those damn mountains. God damn. It's too cold. People can't stretch properly. I did say I was going to turn down the injuries, but I want to tempt fate. Oh, we beat Pittsburgh. Noah Hannafin should be back as we beat Philadelphia. So 6-1-1. A red-hot start, dare I say, to this season. Which is beautiful. Let's get Mr. Hannafin back into this lineup. We won't take a look at any stats yet. We'll wait it out. See what happens through the opening 2 months. Blake Coleman gets hurt. My God. Okay. I've learned my lesson. Apparently 20 is still a bit too much. We'll drop it by a couple of points, and hopefully the craziness stops, because Jesus. People are falling like flies. Also, Nashville absolutely pooped on us. Dallas also pooped on us. We're taking Markstrom out of there. Let's get Dan Vladar in there. Markstrom has a lovely 880 savers. He has an 880. My God. You have Darth Vladar in there. Blake Coleman's healthy. We win 6-3. Let's get Coleman back in there. Friggin' hell. Mr. Coleman, come on back. We don't need Brett Ritchie anymore. Can't take the Vancouver out of him. Oof. Oh, San Jose, we win 2-1. Montreal's 11-3. Carey Price, #1 goaler. I didn't name a captain. The game might have assigned a captain, but we did not name a captain. It'll be a little bit before we name a captain, I think. As we play Toronto and lose that one as well. Oof. Sid, hello. How are we, buddy? Ottawa, we win 3-2. Philadelphia, we lose 5-4. Buffalo, we lose 4-2. Let's just play Markstrom again. And we lose 3-2. So what were we, like 6-1-1, and now we're 9-8-1? Which is brutal. Markstrom has been tragic. Absolutely tragic. As Vladar loses to his former team. We are still somehow 3rd in our division. This entire division has just gotten pooped on by the rest of the league. I can't wait to get to December 1st so we can take a look at save percentages around the league. Chicago, we lose that as well. Pulling in Edmonton. Hey, let's be honest. Calgary has sucked recently too. They get left off. You know, left off the hook. But Calgary has also really struggled lately. The only problem is, despite their logo literally involving fire, Edmonton is the bigger tire fire right now. As we have won one of our last 10 games and are now 9-12-1. Oof. So right now it's Vegas, Seattle, and Edmonton in the top 3 spots in this division. In the Central, it is Winnipeg, Colorado, St. Louis. Arizona somehow currently better than Minnesota. Dallas has numerous games at hand. The Atlantic is Montreal, Toronto, and Boston. Franchise being random is the best. It really is. There's still plenty of time for it to sort itself out. Metro is Pittsburgh, Washington, and the New York Islanders. Best team in the league right now is Montreal. The worst, the San Jose Sharks. Goodness. So right now, Mangiapane, Johnny Gaudreau leading the way, Lindholm. So basically all the members of our top line currently over a point per game. Dylan Dubé has absolutely sucked on that second line. Coleman has not been much better. Sheelington has 12 points. On defense, Hannafin has 4 points in 19 games. Eric Goodbranson's a -12. Oh, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Jake Gensel has 41 points in 22 games. You'll love to see it. Crosby with 36, Pasta 35. Roman Yossi's up there. Jesus. You got Marchand up there, Ovi, McDavid, who has missed some time, Matthews, Bergeron, Mangiapane. Stone, Taves, also all at 29 points. Gensel's just destroying worlds. Matthews has 23 goals in 23 games. Ovi's at 18. Also, Bergeron has 16 goals in 19 games. Yes, please. Tarasenko's up there. Shout out to Austin Matthews, 23-6. A modern-day Brandon Peary. And Jonathan Taves has 3 goals, 26 assists. It's ridiculous. Robert Thomas, 2 goals, 19 assists, which is hilarious. On defense, Roman Josi, John Carlson, Letang, Pionk, all over point per game, as is Martinez, and Adam Boqvist for the Blue Jackets. Adam Fox is also there. There must be an injury to Cale Makar. There must be. Yeah, he's only played 16 games, but he has 18 points in 16. Goal scoring wise, Carlson and Giordano, 8 apiece. For goalies right now, top save percentage. You know, there are still some good save percentages. I don't hate it. But you got Allen, Kemper, Hellebuck, obviously, Marc-Andre Fleury. And in the rookie race, Lucas Raymond, 25 and 23. Tanner Jeannot's up there. Trevor Zegras, Seth Jarvis, Rem Pitlick, the legend. God damn. Shout out to Lucas Raymond, though. He's going to be tough to beat. The penalty leader, sure, we can take a look at that, too. Why not? Let us take a look. The penalty leader, at least on the Flames, is Mangiapane. Mark Borowiecki with 53 and 23. Dylan Larkin's the top for non-goons. Same amount of penalties as Tom Wilson, apparently. Dylan Larkin down bad at the moment. Let's keep rolling here. Let us keep rolling. Season 1 again. We'll turn on trades for the sake of the deadline. But for now, I want to leave trades off and just, for the most part, keep the AI teams as they should be. So we do beat Anaheim. Let's run here for a little bit. Beat Vegas 6-1. And boy, we dropped injuries down by 3 points, and all of a sudden it's not so bad. Back-to-back losses, though. It's a little bit rough. Darth Vladar back in again for 2 more games against Boston. Again, against Boston, where he wins this time. And against Chicago. Nice 6-3 loss. And Vladar and Markstrom. Markstrom's almost back to a 900 save percentage. Almost. 3-1 win probably got him there. We'll leave him in. Rasmus Anderson was apparently roughed up. We beat Toronto. Go best lines in Stockton. We lose in overtime to Columbus. That's not too bad. Anaheim. 4-3 overtime loss. Back-to-back OT losses. I won't blame Markstrom. But he does lose to Seattle. And 3 losses in a row is where I draw the line. No shutouts for Markstrom yet this season either. Let's get Vladar in there for this game against Edmonton, who are also struggling. Not bad enough to lose to us, but what are you going to do? Seattle, 2-0 loss. My God, we keep getting shut out. How and why do we keep getting shut out? Where is our offense? It's completely gone. As again, we've won just 3 of our last 10 as of January 1st. That is brutal. Markstrom has a 905. Vladar an 885. Oh, man. Let's take a look around the league. Goodrow's our leading scorer with 39 and 37, which is nice, but not amazing. As Brad Marchand currently leads the league in points. He and Pasternak are the top 2. Gensel's up there. Ovechkin, McDavid. McDavid's been great as well. Panarin, McKinnon, Bergeron, and Crosby. Goal scorers, 30 now and 34 for Ovi, who is hurt. Matthews on 29 and 36. Bergeron's been unreal. You got Kaprizov up there as well, despite not having a gold. For defenders, John Carlson has 50 points in 36 games. Yossi's up there. Fox, Makar. Makar really slowed down in terms of that pace. And for goalies, save percentage leaders, I mean, Hellebuck's still looking great. Reimer's looking great. Then down to a bunch of like 915s. It's so tough to get the save percentages to where you want them to be. You could say high shot totals and medium scoring is good enough, but also franchise is just so damn random that it almost doesn't even matter. Like, you can have your settings and then next thing you know, oh, sorry, well, just different outcomes. So as we are hot trash, whatever magic Daryl Sutter's been able to get out of this team IRL, yeah, that's not happening. This team is hot garbage. Straight up garbage day. Henderson and Tanev could get a +5 together, but I kind of want to keep them separate. Let's go Hannafin, Anderson, Sheelington, Tanev. See what the hell happens. What keeps it off and Goodbranson, because they're going to be trashed no matter what. That right-hand side, let's be honest, there's really nothing we can do. Oh, there's really nothing we can do. We pretty much have no choice but to just leave this tire fire of a team where they're at, and we move forward. As we lose again. 0 wins in our last 10, the Calgary Flames. Well, if there was ever a roster to now use for a draft of glory to say this entire direction for this team needs to change, well, Calgary's proving to be it. As we finally win, we beat Ottawa, for the love of God. I did not expect this team to be this bad. But again, franchise mode, you never really know what you're going to get. We are going to start Vladar probably for the next 3 games. Sorry, Markstrom, but you kind of blew it. Edmonton. Vladar breaks his thumb. Never mind. We're not going to call up Dustin Wolf because I don't really want to lose him. We're going to go for Adam Vanna. The Vanna, whatever it is. So congrats to Jake Markstrom, who's about to get run into the ground because I'm going to try to play a Werner as little as I possibly can. So Tyler Parsons will get a little bit of time in the AHL, although we've just been playing Dustin Wolf to death because I forgot to sort out the AHL goals. Oh, man. Let's see. And we'll sim this against Columbus. A couple of wins in a row. This team got Shane Wright in my Kings run. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be allowed to draft Shane Wright, are we? As Adam Werner gets absolutely lit up by the St. Louis Blues. To the surprise of nobody. Oh, the Couve. Patterson gets hurt in the minors. Who can we get? The 5 Albertan WHL teams will be the source of any additions to this team that we make. As we are in February, and shockingly not even in dead last in our division. How are we not in last? I mean, we're definitely not on pace to make the playoffs, but we suck. Vancouver sucks. The Kings suck. The Sharks really suck. Shout out to Seattle. Getting it done. The Central is Colorado, Winnipeg, Chicago. The Preds suck. The Stars suck. The Coyotes really suck. The Atlantic, it's Boston, Tampa, Montreal. Honestly, the bottom teams, I mean, aside from Montreal, and obviously Florida not being elite, it's a little bit out of whack. And then shout out to the Blue Jackets. That absolutely sucks. The best team in the league, the Colorado Avalanche. The worst team in the league, the San Jose Sharks. Still, California. In the dumps. Man, Elias Lindholm has just fallen off. Good Lord. He's almost getting outscored by Sheelington, but he's playing with Mangiapane and Goodrow. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Brad Marchand has 82 points. Okay, high scoring might be a little bit much, but at the same time, this is the best. Brad Marchand, 82 points in 48 games. Gensel's on 81. Pasta on 72. Ovi on 70. You got Crosby, Panarin, Scheifele, McDavid, and McKinnon. Goal scoring king is still Ovi with 43 and 47. Matthews also has 40 goals already. This is tremendous. And then there's Connor McDavid, who's also great. Yeah, high scoring might just be the way to go. This is funny as hell. Marchand's a Lambo, he sure is. Defensively, you got Carlson and Letang, Adam Fox. Makar's catching up a little bit. Carlson and D'Angelo both on 19 goals. And in terms of save percentages, there is not a single starter that has above a 920. Might have to put it to medium scoring, but high shots. We might have to do that because, my God, high scoring is, or high scoring, high shots, that's apparently just a little bit overkill. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Next season we might have to drop it. Oh, I'm not going to change it this season. This season we stick with it because it's funny as hell. All right, we get our big break. Calgary and Vancouver. Happy birthday to me. My God, the injuries in the AHL though have very much persisted. As Darth Vladar has returned. Shockingly, nobody claimed Adam Werner. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Let's get Darth Vladar back in there. All right, nearly to March. Martin Pospisil immediately gets hurt again. Dan Vladar immediately breaks his thumb again. You kidding me? All right, Adam Werner, come on back, buddy. Come on back. Dan Vladar either just broke the other thumb or the same thumb, and I'm not sure which is more funny. As we get pooped on by Vancouver. Nice elevator music, thank you. We get absolutely pooped on by the Minnesota Wild. March 1st. Let's just keep it going for the memes, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't even know anymore. All I know is we've had a real bad time. That's all. We've had a real bad time. Oh, goodness. We do beat Minnesota 5-1 though in response, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Minnesota, Montreal. Look at us winning games. We've won 7 of our last 10. Make that 6. As we will just continue to roll with Markstrom until he dies. Because I'm not running Adam Werner. Tyler Pitlick with a neck strain. Vladar owns them all. Put a hit out on him. Calgary hit. Man, okay. Shout out to Brett Ritchie, who's in this lineup. Adam Werner has to play. And we'll bump up Trevor Lewis. Because why the hell not? Third liner Trevor Lewis to the playoffs. Here we go. as Werner gets dunked on by Colorado. He has an .869 in 5 appearances. My God. Whew. All right. New Jersey as Chris Tanev gets hurt. We lose to the Devils. And Tyler Pitlick is back. All right. We will be turning on AI trades. We will allow them to go ham at the deadline. I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I don't really feel like acquiring extra draft picks. I got to be honest. I feel like it kind of ruins the integrity of the series. You know, the idea is to only be able to add so many people at a time. We will just slowly let people go off of this team. But we can still allow the AI to have fun. We can still allow the AI to have some fun. So, Tyler Pitlick, I'm sorry that you were technically scratched. Whatever will we do when Tyler Pitlick is frustrated? Adam Werner will play again. As Jakob Pelletier gets hurt. We will list ourselves as sellers, but we will go to the deadline. And you know what we'll do? We'll just hit continue simming. We won't watch it play out, but we will look at the trades, which include Jared Spurgeon to the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for former first-round pick Braden Tracy, Jackson Lacombe, and a second. That is a good trade for both teams. I don't know why they'd want to move Jared Spurgeon, but that's okay. I still have the clip here.
Anyway, Jared Spurgeon. Can we see the Jared Spurgeon?
Jared Spurgeon, goal of the week. Watch this here, boy. Watch this here, kid. This is, put it in. Watch it. Gets it out. Hands way that go. He plays baseball.
It's a classic. It's a classic. I don't approve of that man's character, but it's a funny-ass clip. Any other blockbusters? I have the best rosters on Earth. Fuck you. I'm the best. I'm the best. I have the best rosters on Earth because shit like this happens. Fuck you and your husband. I have the best rosters on Earth. A first, a fourth, and goaltender Igor Konovalov to the Vancouver Canucks for Tanner Pearson and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Edmonton wins. OEL in Edmonton. Yes. Oh, Edmonton. We'll work on the name. Oh, remind me to look at their defense in a minute. Oh, let's do it. Let's go look at the Oilers' defense. Oh, yeah, we could play the Lawsome Tossum clip. By the way, Trevor Zegras is up to an 87. Holy crap. And they have Mason McTavish in their lineup now. And Bobby Ryan. So the Oilers are Nuge, McDavid, Puljujarvi, Hyman, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, Pearson, McLeod, Ryan, Mott, Shore, and Cassian. They ended up with Tyler Mott, too, at some point. And the defense is Nurse Berry, OEL, Bouchard, Russell Cece. Fuck you, Duncan Keith. Oh, man. That's great. Bouchard and OEL. Defense need not apply. Still have the same goaltending, though. All right, let's go see what other trades happen. Let's go see what other trades happened. So we have Vegas picking up Michael Grabner, who Ottawa signed. So it's Michael Grabner and 2/3 for Ivan Morozov and a 4th. That's a good deal for Ottawa. There was the Tanner Pearson OEL trade. Travis Boyd and Phil Kessel to the Islanders for a 1st and Josh Bailey. The Islanders must have tanked Josh Bailey's value. But good for the Coyotes to get a 1st-round pick for Travis Boyd and Phil Kessel. That is 100% an Islanders move, by the way. 1,000%. Travis Boyd is a Lou Lamoriello player, and they get Phil Kessel. Perfect move. Yaroslav Halak and Brandon Sutter, along with a 3rd-round pick, were also traded to the Islanders for a 2nd, a 3rd, and 2 other assets that we can't see because EA hates fun. Nick Ritchie has been traded to the Dallas Stars, along with a 5th and a 6th for Blake Comeau and Michael Raffl. That's a good trade, especially because the Stars scratched Blake Comeau this year, actually outright sent him down. That's a pretty fair trade. Edmonton acquires Tyler Mott and Phil DeGiuseppe from Vancouver for Duncan. I love this game so much. It's Duncan Keith to the Couve, baby. Oh my God. Basically a super trade between the Oilers and the Canucks. I love it. God, I love it so much. Simon Holmstrom and Semyon Varlamov to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Max Domi, Justin Danforth, and Jason Demers. Man, the Islanders were busy. So they get rid of Varlamov. They move on from Holmstrom. They pick up Max Domi. Interesting. We got a lot of trades here. Buffalo acquires, I think it's Teemu Tiksola, and 2/3 from Carolina for Drake Caggiula and a 1/3. I could see that a little bit. I mean, it's basically Caggiula for a low-end prospect and a 1/3. Might be a little bit high for Caggiula, but that's not the worst AI trade I've ever seen. The Devils get a 1st and a 2nd from Seattle for Thomas Tatar. A 3rd and a 4th. Seattle goes all in on Tatar, as they are legally required to do as a new expansion franchise. They are legally required as an expansion franchise to give up a 1st-round pick for Thomas Tatar. Completely realistic. Completely. Of course, the Jared Spurgeon trade that we saw. A 1st and a 3rd to the LA Kings from the Nashville Predators in exchange for Alex Edler and Dustin Brown. Some veteran influence there injected into the Nashville lineup. Edler and Brown for a 1st and a 3rd. I'd call that realistic. The Lightning get Ilya Lyabushkin in exchange for Max Kashkovich and a 5th. It's a little bit much. Lyabushkin's value is a little bit bumped up for the sole purpose of he's a really good defensive player. Kashkovich obviously is a good prospect for the Lightning, but in theory, Lightning give up a good prospect, get another defensive defenseman, make a run for the Cup. I don't think that's a woefully unrealistic trade. JT Miller and Alex Chason to the Philadelphia Flyers in exchange for Bobby Brink and Isaac Ratcliffe. It's a pretty good deal for it to be for Bobby Brink, but the logic from the Canucks, we saw JT Miller was on the 3rd line. It's not awful. Ratcliffe is probably more valuable than Chason. Brink and Miller do kind of offset. It's not awful. I do wonder how bad the Canucks are to make that trade to get rid of JT Miller. San Jose acquires Jesse Ilonen and a 3rd-round pick from Montreal. The question is, who the hell did Montreal trade for from San Jose? Honestly, most of these trades I think are justifiable. I really do. I'm very happy with how the trade values have set up. I think a lot of these are fair. Ilonen and a 3rd for Andrew Cogliano, a 3rd and a 4th. So Montreal goes for the veteran and Cogliano. They give up Ilonen. I mean, San Jose wins that trade. San Jose wins that trade. Ilonen should have more value than Cogliano, but not the worst trade I've ever seen. The Sharks also trade Alexander Barabanov to the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for goaltender Drew Commesso and a 3rd-round pick. For whatever reason, the Sharks, even though Marc-Andre Fleury is old as hell, they love the idea of trading Drew Commesso, despite the fact that I created them and added them to him. So, yeah, that's a bit of a rough trade from the Blackhawks. And again, there's only so much value you can give goalies. Lucas Reichel. Oh man, Dylan Strome too. So Dylan Strome, Lucas Reichel, and a 2nd to the Sens as Chicago. I mean, again, it's not surprising they moved on from Strome, but who does Chicago get? Nick Holden and Nick Paul. Both Nick Holden and Nick Paul do have a higher value than I would personally give them, but they're both analytical darlings and have X factors as a result. But, as we know, if they scratched Strome the entire time, his value was in the dirt. Reichel as a former, mid to late 1st rounder. It's a pretty bad trade. Ottawa obviously wins it. There's not too much I can do outside of just be like, oh, well, I'm going to ignore the fact that Holden and Paul have good defensive metrics, which I don't like to do. So, and that's it. So for the most part, those trades weren't that bad. The Vancouver Canucks are gigantic losers, but we already knew that. We already knew that. Höglander, Pettersson, Podkolzin, Brink, Horvat, Besser, Ratcliffe, Dickinson, Lamico, Dowling, Koivula, Patan. Oh my god. Defense is Hughes, Myers, Rathbone, Hammond, Keith, and Shen. And they still have Demko. Demko's overall has dropped 3 points. Oof. Yeah, and Connor Garland's hurt. They have to be in a morale crisis. I mean, yeah, they're worse than we are. They're worse than we are. So, an interesting trade deadline. Again, you're never going to get perfect value, but for the most part, I think a lot of those trades were fairly on the money in terms of proper value. But hey, what are you going to do? What does Philly look like? We can look at Philly here too. Why not? Why not? We can look at Philly here as well. Farabee, Couturier, Konechny, Giroux, Frost, Atkinson, Lawton, Miller, Brassard, JVR, Hayes, Chason. Defense, Sanheim, Ellis, Provorov, Braun, Yandel, Risto. Goalies, Hart and Jones. Lindblom, Sealer, Willman as the scratches. The Islanders will be the last team I probably look at. Lee, Barzal, Bellows, Beauvillier, Wallstrom, Palmieri, Cizikas, Pageau, Kessel, Nelson, Sutter. Poor Brock Nelson. Defense, Pollock, Green, Dobson, Chara, Mayfield. Goalie is Sorokin and Halak back with the Islanders. Domi is scratched and Boyd is hurt. Pick up Domi. And then they fucking scratch him to play Richard Panik. GG's, EA. GG's.